Right now is the easiest time in the world to grow your business. And do you know why? Do you know why right now is the easiest time in the world to grow your business? Because 95% of people are messed up in their head thinking that it's a tough time to grow your business. Hey, this is John Assaraf, CEO of NeuroGym. Are you ready to build your business to $1 million or more? Do you have a business? Do you want to build it to $1 million or more? I've got some really good tips for you. There'll be an easier time in the world than right now when you can get access to billions of people online. Do you know why right now is the easiest time in the world to grow your business? Because 95% of people are messed up in their head thinking that it's a tough time to grow your business. And they're allowing what's happening, whether it's with coronavirus, they're allowing whatever's happening with their governments or their local marketplaces to control their thinking and their emotions. And right now, people are buying even when you think that they're not. I can tell you this because I work with a group of entrepreneurs, all right, privately, that pay me a lot of money, and every single one of them has weathered the storm that we've been in for the last 12 months, and they're making money. So heck yeah, right? People are buying like crazy right now. When people are stressed, they buy more. When people are not stressed, they buy. Now, here's something that I want you to be closely paying attention to. Whatever it is that you believe is holding you back is holding you back. How do I know? Because if you say, I can't grow my business right now because your brain says, let me make that a reality. Here is something you've got to be keenly aware of. If you did not or have not focused on being an adaptationist, if you did not or are not focusing on being an adaptationist, then you are falling behind, because right now there is more change happening in the world and in the world of business specifically than we've had change in the last 20 years. Even through all of the other recessions, all right, we didn't have as many changes as we have right now. And with the online world, okay, giving us access to each other, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Clubhouse, etc., we have the ability to adapt and shift, but the adaptation mindset is what you need to do first. And here's something I want to give you a little first tip, okay? So here's something I want you to ask yourself. Here is an empowering question to get your biocomputer to work for you instead of against you. Are you ready? What has to happen in order for me to double my income or triple my income in the next 12 months? What has to happen in order for me to double or triple my income in the next 12 months? Most people are focusing on the problem of what's happening in the market, in the economy, in their business, in their lack of or their negative thinking, that they're not asking a question, what has to happen? So let me ask you a question, okay? I want you, and this is for business owners only, okay? Today is about business owners. When we are focusing on the negativity of what's happening out there, then we're affecting what's happening in here. So when we focus, number one, on being an adaptationist, that I will adapt to whatever the circumstances are out there, and we ask ourselves a question, what has to happen in order for me to double or triple my income in the next 12 months? Here's the question that I want you to ask yourself. Okay, so are there 7.5, almost 8 billion humans on the planet? Yes. Are there people who could benefit from my product or service that I don't even know right now, but they're looking for my product or service? Yes or no? Yes. Is it possible that if I adapt and shift, then I can find those people online or offline if that's what my focus is? If I adapted and found the people who are also looking for me, online or offline, could you double or triple your income this year if you focus just on that? Here is what I'm finding that's happening right now, everyone. People are focusing on all the reasons why it's hard and difficult, and they're not focusing on remembering that there are hundreds of millions of people online every single day. Actually, 2 billion a day are online. So you have to expand your horizon to what is and focus on what can be. Now, somebody type this in right now if you can. I'm going to give you a formula that has helped me build 5 multi-million-dollar companies from scratch to billions in sales a year. Okay, are you ready? Here is a magic formula for you. Here's the magic formula. Traffic times conversion, or prospects times conversion, equals revenue. Prospects times conversion equals revenue. Traffic times conversion, either one, prospects. So the company, the person who has the product or the service that gets in front of the most amount of people with the right offer. Let me repeat, the company, the person that gets in front of the most amount of people with the right offer makes the most amount of money. So here is my question for you right now. Are you getting your product or service in front of people in your local marketplace, in your national marketplace, or online, right? So if you are not waking up every day trying to figure out how do I get my product or my service and what I'm offering people in front of more people, either through advertising, either through networking, either through joint ventures, either through content, either through a variety of different means, you're going out of business because there's more than enough people online or offline. I'm giving you an option. It doesn't matter. Even if you have a store, a stall, a kiosk, even if you're selling your stuff online, it doesn't make a difference. You have to be focusing on how do I get more people to see what I have to offer? And then how do I create an offer that is so good that the people who want it and need it buy from me? If you're not waking up thinking about that, it's very hard to build your business. So here's one of the things I want to ask you. Maybe you can play around with me, okay? Why must you grow your business? Why must you? Can you give me one answer why I must figure this out? And I'm going to tell you why this is important from a brain perspective, okay? Not why I should. Why must you figure this out? Why must you? All right. If you want to build $1 million business that has profits of $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, if you want to build a $500,000 business that has profits of $100,000 or $200,000, here's what I want you to understand. When you set a goal to achieve what you want, you're using this part of the brain, right? And many of you know that's the specialty that I love to talk about, is the neuroscience of the success. But you also have to get the limbic system, the emotional part of your brain, activated. When we come up with a why that is bigger than the stories, the reasons, the excuses, and pay close attention. When we come up with a why that is bigger than the stories, the reasons, and the excuses that are holding us back now, we will then master change instead of mastering disappointment. Did you get that? You have to come up with a reason why you must upgrade your knowledge, your skills, your beliefs, your habits, and your behaviors, or you will find it easier to master disappointment versus mastering change. So would you agree with me that your challenge is not that the how doesn't exist? The challenge is you may be focusing on the wrong things. You may be focusing on what is, you may be focusing on the problems, you may be focusing on the wrong things, when all of the how-to, okay, is readily available. I'm curious, can you answer what is the revenue goal that you have for your business? If we set a goal between now and the end of the year, and we come up with a plan of how we're going to generate enough leads. Here's a question that I want to ask each of you. I'm going to take you to another part of your brain, and this is the logical deductive reasoning part of your brain. Let's say you have a number that you want to achieve by the end of the month, by the end of the year, excuse me. Do you know how many leads you need, how many prospects you need, and how many sales you need to make in order to achieve that number? How many leads do you need this month, next month, the month after that? How many sales do you need this month, next month, the month after? Do you know the math to getting there? Yes, it's a yes or no question, okay? Do you know the math of how many people do you need to get your product, service, or offering in front of? And do you know your conversion number? I gave you the success formula earlier, right? Traffic times conversion equals revenue. Do you know how much traffic you need or prospects you need based on your conversion number to be able to achieve the goal that you want? So if your conversion is 0, that means you need to upgrade your selling skills and possibly your offer. So you have to know the math, and then you have to determine, where am I going to get the prospects that want what I have to offer? Does that make sense? Right? Where do I get that? And so when you figure out some of the math, and then you ask yourself, okay, how am I going to get my product or service, knowledge or skills that I'm selling, whatever it is that you're selling, how do I get that in front of the right prospects? And I'm going to keep coming back and forth, either online or offline. Online or offline. How much do you think achieving business success is an inner game thing? Do you think that it's a combination of winning the inner game and also winning the outer game of what you need to do? You and I own the most powerful biocomputer in the whole universe that can help us achieve our goals faster and easier than ever before. But if we're focusing on why we can't, if we're not focusing on knowing the numbers, if we're not focusing on understanding how do we take our product or service and create marketing and a selling process to get it in front of people, then we're missing the syntax, the process to achieve the success that we want. It's mindset plus skill set plus action set. That's what creates predictable results. When I analyze businesses, whether they're startups or doing $100 million in revenue, doesn't make a difference. Usually there's something in one of those three or all of those three that is missing. And so when we start to focus on getting the inner game right, plus what you need to do, and then you do it, the results are pretty easy. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. Are there people out there, all right, that could buy your product or service, but you don't know how to reach them, right? Is it possible that there's people out there that need what you have, your product, your service, your knowledge, your skills, whatever it is that you're selling, offering to the marketplace? Is it possible that you just don't know how to reach them? So that means that it's a skill set issue, right? So here's the thing. One of the formulas that you must figure out is where I started before. Traffic times conversion equals revenue. The added version to that is traffic times conversion plus repeat business and referrals equals exponential revenue. Traffic times conversion equals revenue. Now, traffic times conversion plus referrals and repeat business equals exponential revenue. And so one of the things that you need to be thinking about, okay, and if this is the only thing that you leave today, I'm going to give you a couple things. Number one is I need to adapt. I need to adapt to the market and use all the tools available to me, but not use every one of them. I want you to ask yourself the question I posed earlier is what has to happen in order for me to just double or triple the leads that I get? Leads, the prospects coming to see you online or offline. If you just focused on that question, what has to happen in order for me to double or triple my prospects or leads? And I'm not sure who said that you picked up the answer. Virginia, yeah, this is my New York Times best-selling book, The Answer. If anybody's read it, it is a New York Times bestseller for many, many, many years now. One of the best books on the inner game and outer game of business. Let me put that back over there on my thing, but I didn't come here to sell you on my book. I want to give you information. If anybody wants to get the book on Amazon for $15 or less, it'll blow your mind. And The Lux Coast, you're reading it now? Awesome. So when we understand there's already a process in place, and we discover how do we take our product or service and create the marketing. How many of you, are you good in marketing? Are you good in marketing? Meaning, I'm not talking about branding, I'm talking about getting your product or service with the right message in front of the ideal client. If you're not good at marketing, okay, I want you to let me know, are you good at marketing, yes or no? So you're not good at marketing. Think about this. If you're a business owner, there's a couple of different hats that you have to make sure are being taken care of, right? In business, if you're a business owner with a product or service, you have to have somebody who's doing the marketing, right? Which is developing your brand, creating your messaging for how you're going to promote your product or service to people who don't know you. You have to learn how to sell, and selling is doing something for somebody, not to somebody. You need to learn how to manage. You need to learn how to either develop products. You need to learn some of the technology needs that you have. There's a lot of different hats that you have to wear, or you have to make sure that somebody in your company is wearing that hat, right? And so imagine if you're need surgery, but you're not a good surgeon. What would you do? You'd have to find, how do I get somebody who could do the surgery? So for those of you who are not good at marketing or sales, which is the oxygen required for any business, regardless of how good your product or service are, the question you want to be asking yourself is this: who can I hire to help me? Or who can I barter with to help me? Who can I partner with to help me do my marketing and sales if you're not good at that? So hire, partner, barter, or defer payment to get it done, because without marketing and selling, you really don't have a business. And those are skills that either you have that you need to develop, or you don't have, you're not good at, you don't want it, but you still need to figure out as a business owner, how am I going to get it done? Your job as a business owner is not to do everything, but to make sure that everything that is oxygen and is required gets done. So you can either be, an orchestra leader to get it done, or you can be an orchestra leader and be a member of the orchestra. So here's what I learned many, many years ago, and I'm going to leave you with this. One of my mentors, who is a billionaire, said, "John, I don't want you to get stronger at your weaknesses. I want you to get stronger at your strengths. I want you to manage your weaknesses." Manage my weaknesses. I said to him, how do I manage my weaknesses? He says, you practice radical honesty about what you're strong in, create a plan to get better, and you are radically honest what you're not good at, and you find people to help you who are good at that. Now, here is what I'm going to leave you with. He said to me, hire people who play at things you have to work at. Hire people who play at things you have to work at. And I can fill in the blank like I did before. Say, you can hire, barter, defer payment, or partner with people who play at the things that you have to work at. All right, so if you're not good at certain parts of business, that's okay. You need to admit you're not good at it, but your job as the CEO of your business is to figure out, how am I going to get that done? By asking better questions, you get better answers. But by saying, I'm not good at that, I don't know how to do that, I don't like that, you're reinforcing your patterns in your brain. You're reinforcing patterns in your brain that are going to make you worse at it. So instead of putting yourself down, lift yourself up. Instead of coming up with stories and reasons and excuses why you can't, focus your brain on how you will, because you must. You got to clear through the noise of negativity out there. Stay positive, because people are buying right now. And that means that there is more business available to you. But you have to manage your mindset, upgrade your skill set, and then make sure that you're taking the right actions in the right order at the right time. If you enjoyed this, will you share it? Hit the share button. Let me know what you thought of today. Did you get some good ideas? Give me some likes, some loves. Share this, spread the love. Let's help each other. One of the things that I do in my Exceptional Life coaching community and throughout all of our programs, we have this saying that my friend Lisa Sasevich gave me, and she says, we lift each other up as we climb, right? We lift each other up as we climb. I got one hand above. I've got friends and coaches and consultants lifting me up. I got my hand down there, hopefully lifting you up as you lift other people up. Deal? Boom, boom, high five. I love high fives. Have a great day. Thank you for sharing.